TradeGATEHub.com. We're sponsored by TradeView Markets. So when I left you on Monday, the yen, I was talking about that it had to get up to about 146.80 to 47. Here we are at 46.81. In fact, I've been talking about that we were going to have new highs for several weeks. This was the first intervention by the BOJ. And I did believe that they were going to be tested. They've actually done nothing from what I've heard. Checking rates, they haven't come back in to defend this level. We're about 90 pips above it. But there is wave counts up here from 46.80 to maybe 48. You know, the daily is diverging, but a lot of the other TFs are not. We're confirming these highs, so may have to do a little bit of work up here. But anyway, we're at these levels now where we should be looking for a termination of this move. What's important to me is while the US dollar yen is making new highs, and at the same time, that's when the dollar was making highs here. So yen has made new highs. US dollar is definitely lagging well behind US dollar yen strength. Even starting to lag in US dollar CAD strength. And there's all kinds of divergences setting up here in USD CAD. So the only one I'm still looking for lower levels, I think will breach the 62 level in the Aussie. You know, even the daily is confirmed. The commodity currencies turned out to be the weakness. They may have a nice move out of the hole, but your best acting currency is something I brought to your attention Monday, was the pattern and cable, much stronger, has not even got, it's about halfway back compared to euro at 61.8 back, with the yen making a new high. The Oz has made consecutive lower lows. Why isn't the dollar 14.70, which was the high here? So people that know my work know that I would be expecting a new high here, and maybe it is, but every once in a while, I even read in the book Market Wizards, and I don't claim to be one, every once in a while you break your own rules. I think there are too many people looking for one more high in the dollar. It could happen, and I'll protect myself, and I'm breaking a rule by not waiting for divergence for this to happen, but sentiment is so rich right now in the dollar that all it would take is one report, which we have due tomorrow. And the markets, of course, after what we saw today on the PPI, which was another strong number, we'll be expecting the same. And there could be an outlier. There could be some type of shift that occurs, better than expected CPI tomorrow. And I think that if you're long the dollar, it's going to be, you're going to have to chase it to the downside. So I am taking some, you know, third of my position into what I normally don't do on a binary event. It's because I think there is a chance that since the yen got to my levels and the dollar is still putting in a lower high, I think we tried 78.6 back. No, we didn't. Maybe we try it tomorrow up here at 1350. So if the number does come in strong, I'm still going to be selling into dollar strength. Okay, I'm still going to be looking for buying opportunities in euro, which seems to be holding and basing, but we could get some type of spike. We didn't get much of a spike on this strong number here. So it is respecting this 61.8 level. What I really find very bullish is with the yen making new highs, there's a very strong correlation between US dollar yen yields and gold. So here we are with the yen making, taking out its intervention highs, which was this day here on Sept 22nd. And here you have gold putting in a higher low. Okay, not a bad looking day. This to me looks like it was a pullback to buy, but the fact being, why isn't gold down here? at 1610 again, with US dollar making new highs, with yields challenging on the 10-year again, the 4% level. Gold is acting pretty good. So, instead of top picking the yen, you could just go with the gold. You guys know I was said that this would be a break to buy as the yen headed up towards that 146.80 level. The action in silver is kind of heavy, but I can't abandon the case here. I still think as long as we're holding 1794, you have to be bullish. And I was talking about buying a break between 1950 and 19. So here we are. We'll find out if I'm right or wrong. What tells me is that long term I'm right, even if there's a continued washout, is I was taught that the shares should demonstrate more relative strength than the underlying commodity in a bull market, that the shares would lead. So you had this move up here in silver, and you had these kind of moves in some of the junior silvers, right? And we've given back some, right? We've given back some, but not the way we've given back in the physical. I mean, look at that chart. That's a pretty small pullback compared to what we're getting in silver, which in fact bolsters my bullishness in silver, that the shares aren't experience the same type of give back. Here's another example. Okay, I wouldn't short this. Sure, it could correct, but I'd be a buyer. Here's First Majestic, barely a pullback, can't even fill the gap. So the shares, the miners are giving me confidence about the underlying commodity. Also, you look at GDX, that, even if there's a little left, it looks to me like we're forming a right shoulder of a potential head and shoulders bottom, as long as we hold the 23 level. And if we really do sell off one more time, it's going to give me a 3 drive to a bottom buy. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow's CPI. Mike and I will be with you after the number. We'll see how it plays out. Anyway, the big story today is that the yen is finally there. There are no short-term reasons to, even though I put my toe in the water with a short at 677 with a 100 pip stop, just to have my toe in the water. Shorter-term timeframes are confirming. So also breaking the rules, not looking like everyone else is for a new high in the dollar, but believing this could be a failing rally. Under 110 seals the case, and we're headed sharply lower, could turn into a long-term bear market, but that's rear view mirror stuff. Looking at this bounce that we had in the dollar as a shorting opportunity, and we'll see what I add on to going into what I advise people 99% of the time, to not play roulette with a big binary event. I think that the setup here is that if it comes in weak, dollar should sell off fairly dramatically, and you'll have to chase. But that's okay, because there'll be an intraday wave to finesse the position in. So I want to wish everyone good luck tomorrow. I'll be back with Mike tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow's interview day, I have Erin Swinlin. Erin and her dad, Carl, has been around for a long time, very respected technician. They're a team. The name of their service is Decision Point. Last time I talked to Erin, she was pretty negative the market. She couldn't find anything that fit her parameters for getting long. So I assume that we're probably in the same position here. And let me just touch on the S&Ps, which it's hard to have conviction. So, yesterday we closed under the 3,600. That's why I used 2 closes. Here we close under it one day, and we didn't the next. If we get a second day close under there, it's a pretty negative signal. But I have a hard time really looking for a crash, even though that's when they happen, when the market's oversold and becomes extremely oversold. You can see I have lots of divergences on this daily. Actually, we would have to make a new low there. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. I know before we had a little rally. Yeah, you see, so we still haven't taken out last week's lows. It's hard for me to get real bearish down here. I think the dollar, if I'm right about the dollar, should provide a relief rally. And if the yen is topping as well, what is it very tightly correlated with? You're right, yields. So if we're getting a high in the yen and a peak in yields and a recovery in bond markets coming, hard to be bearish risk. And I'll leave you with that. So we invite you to join us here at TradeGATEHub.com. Open the demo at TradeView Markets. We have the tightest spreads in the industry. I'll see everyone tomorrow. Good hunting. Good luck on the number. Mike will be with you today in an hour and 15 minutes, and then Mike and I together after the interview with Aaron, Mike and I together at 11 a.m. EST. We've added Thursday. People wanted more of our dynamic duo coverage, and we're going to have a lot to talk about tomorrow. All right, everyone. Take care. Adios.